What's going on, guys? Power Weaver bringing you all another video, and today I'm playing Heroes of the Storm as Stiches. Um, this is a pre-recorded video. I took footage from this earlier, so it won't be live or nothing like that. This is a bunch of clips I took, but it is a very good video, and it shows a really good way to play Stiches and on his kit and his build. You'll kind of see a few different things that I do as Stiches, as far as being aggressive at times, as far as using the hook in the right spot. You also see me make a few mistakes too, as not placing the hook right or just completely missing the hook. There are a lot of different areas. He is not invincible by any means, so once you get in a team fight, and if you don't have your team backing you up, or your cooldowns are just down on the right spot, you're going to go down pretty quick. As far as everything else goes, his talents, his kits are very versatile. You can either build him a tank or you can build him really sustain. His ults are Vile Gas and Gorge. Gorge is probably going to be the better one. I've never really seen a situation where the Vile Gas is viable in anything. The Gorge literally lets you eat a champion and take him completely out of combat. And if you spec into it on the ult wise, you can go Hungry Stiches and completely take the whole team out as long as you're eating. So you can eat the whole team if you want, which is silly, but you could. So let's get started. All right, right here we have engaged in the top lane, and they're kind of spread out, so it's going to be a 3v4, which is in our favor. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off the hook, pull the Morales in, catch him right out of place. There's nothing he can do. He has no escape, and take the Morales down, leaving Ragnaros and Tracer to bail. At this point, I'm going to make my way towards back in the lane and work on some minions for the XP farm while my team takes the shrine. And at this point, we have one taking the shrine in the middle on the enemy team, and we have one in the bottom lane just trying to farm XP on this first lane, which is nothing wrong with it. They're getting ready to re-engage again, but because I cut them off by staying in the lane, I'm preventing them from getting to my team, from us taking the lane. And we're going to re-engage here. Nothing too much happens. We've got them kind of cut off. There's not a whole lot they can do. Now here, I'm going to make my way around. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the shrine there for some mana because I needed mana. I'll make my way up. Now here's where we catch another hook, and by catching a hook you pretty much put him on the run. Tracer at low level just can't do anything to us, so at this point we're able to just chase him on through, push the lane. Obviously you always want to get the health minion, let your minions push, it's not a big deal, get back up to help, and this was a very nice hook. Bam, wrecked. Those hooks can go through walls, they can go through shrines, they can go through anything. Now this is a good point to show you right here where you can get out of place. So I grabbed the Tracer thinking this would be a good idea, and I spit her out thinking my team could take her, but she immediately just recalls back. So that was a waste on my part. But I did catch Lunara out with a nice hook. Here's the same instance. We're pushing forward. We're doing pretty good. And when we notice top lane's got one up there, so we can kind of push aggressively. But things are getting a little hectic for us, so we're going to try to back out and throw a hook for absolutely no reason. So it's a wasted hook. And this point lets you take the towers. You see how I did that, where I was taking the tower, he was contesting it. I immediately ate him, which gave me control back of the tower. That's another use for the Gorge, where it just gives you a fair advantage over it. Now this is one of those instances where I tell you that you're not invincible. So I'm engaging, and once I realized it was not going to my favor, I decided to die because I wasn't going to make it out. Stiches is a melee tank, but he can still capture camps. He's still got the power if you go with a slam, enough damage. And he can actually take out enemy mercs pretty quick using his hook and slam combo. So at this point, we kind of knew what was going on, so we knew we had to make our way to mid without forcing the team fight too early. We wanted to make sure that all the team got there. At this point right here, we're going to try to catch somebody out of place is really our main goal here. So me and Riley down here kind of just waiting. Riley does the ult. I pull one into it, thinking that I'll get it, but the ult was over, so I was just 1 second too late. But we're still able to snag this, the Haka. And I spit him down here where he's away from his team. He has nothing he can do but just get wrecked. And he put the silence on me, which really isn't going to do him any good because by the time he gets up here, I should be able to get another hook in, and there it is. That's the use of the hook while you go extended range. Now in this instance right here, we had realized that basically we're pushed to their core, especially in mid and top lane. So keeping the pressure on them so they back away from the towers is really good at this point. So we want to keep the lanes pushed, but at the same time we want to try to get us a early kill here. And this is one of those instances where, bam, Tracer's grabbed. She still got her movement abilities, but I noticed that she had just used them, so this was the perfect time to grab her, spit her up. She had no recall left. There wasn't anything she could do but just get wrecked. And we're pushing on the tower, and they're pushing on our bottom, but we've got the damage, and that is game. That is a very good way to play Stiches. Sorry the video was so short. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do. Just make sure you hit your hooks, and make sure you take Gorge and use it at the right time. Try to Gorge tanks or healers. But as for everything else, this is Power Weaver. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the games.